And for more about the Korean market and the economy, we are joined by the Korea strategist Michael Na from Nomura International. Thank you very much for joining us today.
Thank you.
I'm going to ask with a very vague and open question. What's behind this amazing rally for Korea at the moment?
Well, I think the major factor is the Choi Kyung-hwan. I think the pro-growth new finance minister, he's driving the market. I think a lot of the investors are quite excited about his stimulus package. And from equity market perspective, especially the dividend policy, I think he wants to boost the dividend yield of a lot of Korean companies that would actually take the market higher from here if he actually delivers.
Mm-hmm. And you don't think there's any other factor than the Choi Kyung-hwan factor here for the rally of the KOSPI?
Well, Korea definitely depends on the developed market demand. So the U.S. is recovering and the Europe is recovering. China is doing okay. So there's no negative factor. But for KOSPI to move up higher, I think it will take more than that. And I think Choi Kyung-hwan is actually delivering that.
Mm-hmm. And you did say that the KOSPI may reach even the 1,000. And what are some of the reasons for that?
Well, we do think that the KOSPI has a potential to reach 3,000 from current level of 2,000. So that would be a 50% move up. And that sounds radical, but we think that if Choi Kyung-hwan delivers on the dividend policy, then I think the market could reach 3,000. Simply speaking, right now, if Korean companies pay out 50% of their earnings as dividend, then dividend yield would be about 5.2%. That would be very attractive for a lot of the income funds globally. Mm-hmm. So they will start to come into Korea. And also, even in Korea, a lot of people who are looking for fixed income, I think they will start to invest in Korean equity as well. If that happens, then the market could go up to 3,000 because if you assume that the market requires about 3.5% dividend yield, from 5.2% to 3.5, it would have to go up about 50%. It's very simple math.
Okay, I have two questions before we let you go. First of all, I'm going to let you look at your little crystal orb and tell us a little bit of a forecast of where we go from here on. It seems like we are reaching really new heights. And also, is there a possibility that are we doing what we do normally in the past Korean history? We try to get there fast, 빨리빨리. And in the process, we do tend to lose something along the way. So could you maybe share your 2 cents on that?
Well, equity market is all about 빨리빨리, right? We tend to price in what has not happened. So we're saying that basically the probability of Choi Kyung-hwan delivering on his plan is actually pretty good. So that's why market is taking this as a positive sign and pricing into the share price. And I think that if he continued to delivers, then I think Korea market could move up higher. And some of the sectors that you have to watch closely would be banking sector and life insurance and non-life insurance. Those financial sectors should definitely benefit from his expansionary policy. On top of that, dividend policy of Choinomics should help as well.
Mm-hmm. And just briefly, backtracking a little bit, what has kept the KOSPI then to be in a limited range for the past 3 years?
Well, if you look at the KOSPI composition, the biggest companies are Samsung Electronics and the Hyundai Motor Group companies, Hyundai Motor, Hyundai Mobis, and Kia Motor. Those companies make up about 30% of the KOSPI, but they make up about 45% of KOSPI earnings, and they have not been growing. Their earnings has started to come down. Samsung Electronics, smartphone, structural growth is somewhat over, so the margin is coming down. And also, same thing with the Hyundai Motor Group companies, because of the capacity constraints and because of the FX, their earnings aren't really growing these days. So because of that, their multiple has been contracting. But the problem with the Korean companies is that when they do not have growth, the share price could actually go up higher because of dividend, but they're not paying out dividends. So that's why the KOSPI has been range bound for quite some time. So if you have no earnings growth, KOSPI will actually stay in this range.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Michael Na, equity market strategist, thank you so much for making time for us today. We do hope to bring you back here as soon as possible, as often as we could.
Thank you for having me.